Looking at 6.6.11, again, we want to use the technology to be able to calculate what's going on here. The Help Me View the Example and Help Me Solve It, I think, walks you through it pretty good. Another thing in the book, it kind of shows you a pretty good approximation of exactly 152 yellow peas in this case here. So example 2 in the book walks you through it pretty well too. What we're going to do is we want to find the probability exactly 38 of the 158 eligible voters voted. So going through this information, we're getting 22% voted, so that would be our P. The corresponding Q would then be 0.78. In this case, we're looking for exactly 38 of the N being 158. So we can find the mean and the standard deviation given this information and plug it in our normal distribution curve. Now again, we have to take in account for continuity because the normal distribution curve, we can't look at exactly 38. So we're going to have to look at something relating to 37.5 and in between 38.5, and that will take into account the 38. The reason why is in a binomial distribution, it's discrete. You can only have numbers like integers, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the continuous distribution is going to take into account everything in between. So if I go to StatCrunch, StatCrunch, and I'm looking at the mean here, to calculate the mean, I take the P times N. So in this case, it'd be 158 times 0.22. So the mean is going to be 34.76. We would expect out of 158 people that are voting, if 22% of them voted, we would expect 34.76 to vote. Now our standard deviation is going to be N times P times Q and the square root of that. So if I take the square root of 158 times 0.22 times 0.78, that's going to give me 5.206995, so forth. And that's going to give us good enough approximation. Now again, we have to take into account the continuity. So this is really going to be 37.5 and this is going to be 38.5 because we're looking for that range that includes that 38. And you can see what it looks like here, and this is going to be the probability. It should be relatively small, round 4 decimal places, so that's going to round 0.0631, and that's the only part on that one. So there's a lot going on here. The question help and the view the example steps you through it. But once you kind of get all the information that's given, 20% of them voted, 158 of them were eligible. What's the probability? Exactly 38. Take into account for the continuity factor, plugging in your P, your Q, and your N, you can get your answer.